Hi, everyone. Today, me and Masu are going to go over some of the logistics of this course. So first, let me introduce quickly the staff of this course. So the co-instructors will be Masood and I. Hello. And we have an amazing head TA who is Regina, and Regina joined us in the spring of 21. And we also have the rest of the TA team here with you. For more information, please check out the course website.
Well, speaking of website, that's a place where you can find the tentative lecture schedule, the slides and the notes, and you can also read about the course policy on the policy page.
Thank you, Masood. And for main communication, we prefer Piazza, and Piazza is going to be a place we ask and answer questions, as well as releasing the announcements. So please click on this link for Piazza. And if you would like to post some private issues, please send us private posts on Piazza as well. And if you feel like you don't want to make a post on Piazza, you can also email the head TA or the CS188 email. And you should also be auto-enrolled to Piazza if you already get enrolled in this course.
So Gradescope is a place where you will submit homeworks and projects, and also a place where we handle gradings on our end. So here's a link for the course, and the entry code is displayed on the slide, and you should be auto-enrolled in Gradescope as well.
So for all the live instructions to happen, they will happen on Zoom. And here is the link for our live lecture, and the room will remain open 24/7 for you to discuss or find friends or project partners as well. And please do not share this link or password for privacy concerns. And please be aware that it is a public room. So if you're public room to the course, so if you're in there, please be aware that some other students may join at the same time.
So let's talk a little bit about the prerequisites for this course. So there are three prerequisite courses, 61A, 61B, and 70. If you haven't taken some of these courses and would like to know if you're ready for this course, there's a math diagnostic assignment on Gradescope. We strongly encourage everybody to take it, even though it's not graded. And there's also a coding diagnostic on the course website for you to see if you're comfortable with using some basic functionalities and features for Python, since we'll be doing a small amount of coding for the projects. If you're able to do this diagnostic assignment without helps from TA or fellow students, that'll be a good indicator that you're ready for this course.
Thank you. So for the course format, we will go down the list and explain what each of those means. So Masood, you want to get started with the asynchronous lectures?
Asynchronous lectures are pre-recorded. So all the materials for the following week will be released on the Saturday before that. We are trying out a new format this summer, which means that we're doing a question-based lecture where one instructor will pose questions and the other one will answer them in instructive ways to cover the relevant material. And you should feel free to ask questions offline on Piazza as you're watching the lectures. We also have check-in quizzes available alongside the lectures if you want to check your understanding for each sections separately. These check-in quizzes will be due before each live Q&A section, and it helps us and it also helps you earn some safeguards towards exam performance, which we will talk about a little bit later.
Mm-hmm. So as Masood mentioned, in combination with the pre-recorded lecture, we have the live Q&A lecture happening at regular lecture time, and we will go over all the statistics and answers for check-in quizzes, as well as explain some of the confusing parts. And that part will be recorded live for everybody who cannot attend the live lecture. And next, we'll sort of do an office hour style Q&A with all the students attended, and that part would not be recorded. The attendance is completely optional, but if you do show up, we really hope to see your faces and get to interact with you more. So please join.
So the next part is discussion sections. So this happens twice a week, either Mondays and Wednesdays or Tuesdays and Thursdays. This will be led by, the group of TAs in this course. So there are three types: regular discussion, which is have mini lectures and we just go over some of the questions. Mm-hmm. There's a lot discussion if you are not very sure about some of the concept and would like to spend a little bit more time with the TA going over the basics. And there are also exam prep sections where for students who would like to who already have a good understanding of the material and would like to solve for more challenging questions, that should be the one you're attending. We're going to start all discussion sections on the Wednesdays and Thursdays during the first week of class. We'll post schedules on Piazza. Please fill out, time zone pool, as soon as possible. You should pick one section. Then I guess the general idea is that, you should pick one to go and show up consistently, because this will, let the TA recognize you better and be able to assign you participation grades, which will come up later in this semester. And last but not least, if you cannot attend any discussion sections due to conflict and time zone issues, walkthrough videos will be posted to help you cover all the stuff.
Great. So next, kind of like getting smaller and smaller groups. So office hours. Office hours are completely optional, and they're usually hosted by TAs or Masood and I to answer any questions that you may have. And you can check out the schedules on Piazza as well as on the course website. So for TAs office hours, the questions you want to ask are basically concepts related to the course, projects and homeworks, and maybe something else specific to the TAs. And for our office hours is essentially the live Q&A section. And we would like to answer any concept related question and some sort of high level guidance related questions.
All right, so the last part where students get to interact with the staff will be the homework and project parties. So this will be extended period of time where students can work together, and the TAs and readers will be there to help you out in the group setting. So this is actually the most efficient way for you to find other students in the course to work together, not just on the assignments and maybe form study groups and stuff. And for the specific assignment that will be due during that day, I think this place is also the most effective way to ask for helps from the TAs.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's for the direct instruction part. And next we will talk about some of the assignments.
So the first part of the assignment is called the electronic homework. So these are grade scope assignments that's released and due every Monday at 10:59 p.m., which will basically be equivalent to 11 p.m. These are exercises based on class material. You should feel free to solve these questions together, but you should submit your own responses. And this will be off-graded. You have online submissions, and I guess in terms of flexibility, there's no slip days on the electronic homework, but your lowest score will be automatically dropped. So I guess the purpose of electronic homework is to get you comfortable with the basics. That's why they're pretty easy, but we should also warn you that the exams are usually a lot harder than the electronic homework.
Sounds good. Comparing to the electronic homework, the written homeworks are of a different format, and it's more of a problem set style where you can get to work on each problem on a piece of paper and submit a PDF. And the goal is to help you draw a connection between the course material and real-world application. So the written homework will be self-graded with reader calibration, and at the end, your grade will be 1.4 times the calibrated grade. So if you get over 72%, I believe, you get 100% automatically. And same as the electronic homework, your lowest score will be dropped, but no slip days. And the takeaway is that the written homework is meant to get you ready for exam level questions, so they're quite a bit harder than electronic homework.
So the last part of the assignment will be projects. So these are coding assignments that are released and due on Fridays. So we have 5 of them, and students will be able to complete those in the group of 1 to 2. All the projects will be in Python. They'll be auto-graded, and you will have 5 slip days to distribute among 5 projects, but you are able to only use at most 2 for every project. And our late policy beyond that will be a 20% penalty for each day after you run out of slip days, or after you exceed 2 slip days per project. And this part is meant, this part of this kind of assignment is meant to give you hands-on experience with the algorithms.
All right, thanks, Masood. So that's all of our assignments. And now let's talk about how do we assess you as a student in this course. So the main assessments is going to be exams. As I said, exams are the main assessment tool, so they're very hard, and they take up in total 55% of the total course. And the time are listed below. So the regular time happens on Thursdays and Wednesdays for the final, and for the alternative time, you have to be eligible if you are located outside the US time zone, and the exam time would be unreasonable. We schedule the alternative exam time so that they could accommodate as many people as possible. And if you really do need to petition, please do that by the end of the first week.
So just a quick note on the exam time. We will not be making any additional time slot for the exam, which means that if you cannot attend the regular or the alternative time slot, which are, by the way, 7 hours apart, then we strongly recommend you to take CS188 in a different semester, because you will receive 0 on the exams that you cannot attend. And then last but not least, we reserve the right to not grant alternative exam petitions with inadequate evidence, or those that are submitted late.
And we have this harsh policy, sort of harsh, but we want to let you know ahead of time so that you can make plans accordingly. All right, so if you're stressed about exams, what should you do? Don't worry, we have this check-in quizzes that can help you boost your exam grades. So essentially how it works is there will be 25 total check-in quizzes, each of which you can complete, each of which will consist of multiple choice questions that are based on the lectures you're going to watch. And the maximum scores you're going to get is 100. It's 100, okay. And Masood is going to talk about how you can apply check-in quizzes on your exam.
Okay, so the way check-in quizzes factor into your grade is that, let's say you earn X% from the check-in quizzes across 25 of them, and Y% on the final exam. Then your equivalent final exam percentage will be the max of your original final exam grade, and the alternative, which is 3/4 of your original final exam grade plus 1/4 of your check-in quiz grade. So I guess the other way to think about this is that if your performance on the check-in quizzes are better than your performance on the exam, you will be able to leverage that difference with a weight of 25%. So that's how you interpret the second formula. So, but the thing is, let's say if you did worse on the checking quizzes, or you just didn't do any of them at all, your final exam grade would be unaffected by this policy. So basically, the checking quizzes can only help you. If you don't do any of them, it's totally fine. But if you're worried about your exam grade, then we strongly recommend you do the checking quizzes. It also, help you stay on track and for the lectures.
All right, so here we have the grade breakdown. You can also see this on the course website, of course. One note on the extra credit, we do encourage you to be involved, be an active member of the CS188 community. So we will assign 1% of the extra credit, 1% of the total course to participation. And last, this course is not curved, so your peers' performance cannot hurt you, and the grade bins are on the website.
So the next part, we're going to talk about a few course principles. These include a diversity statement, a note on student wellness, and last but not least, academic integrity.
So for diversity statement, let me spell that out for you, and we deem this to be very important. So we recognize that CS community is a Caucasian, Asian, and male-dominated field, and many students of ethnic or gender minority backgrounds may feel excluded as a result of either implicit or explicit discrimination. And the CS188 staff strives to build an inclusive and diverse environment for all students to learn. So we will play our part in improving the culture in the field of computer science. And this means, on our part, we'll try our best to promote an inclusive environment in all classroom settings. And we're very happy to look for ways to improve. So if you have any suggestions, please talk to any TA or me or Masood directly. And for you, we expect you to understand that not everyone comes from the same background, especially during the summer sessions, and nobody should make any unwarranted assumptions about anybody based on their stereotypes. If you make someone uncomfortable, please apologize immediately. And we think mutual understanding and respect is extremely important in building towards an inclusive learning atmosphere.
The next part, we would like to talk about student wellness. So we understand that computer science courses at UC Berkeley are rigorous and mentally demanding, and CS188 is no exception. So if you ever feel overwhelmed by the course, please email me or Carl directly, and we'll set up a one-on-one meeting with you to identify your options. If you'd like to seek professional help, you may find the list of resources from the Berkeley website.
All right, last but not the least, we have an academic integrity policy. What does academic integrity mean? It means that you can't collaborate with anybody for the exams, and all of your projects and homework should be your original work. We have zero tolerance policy towards academic misconduct, which means we will forward all the suspicious cases to the Center of Student Misconduct and recommend immediate failure if the individuals are found guilty. And we stress this, that we are the detectives, not the judge. So we basically forward all the evidence to the CSC for them to decide whether certain individual is guilty or not.
So I guess the very last thing, we do have a supplementary textbook for this course. It's not required, but strongly recommended for students who want to read more about the material. And that will be Professor Russell and Professor Norwick's AI, A Modern Approach, 4th edition.
All right, here's to wrap up our logistics lecture. Please check your grade scope for enrollment and check Piazza for enrollment as well. And the 2 diagnostics will be out soon, and they will be due at the Friday of the first week of class. So we're very excited to have you, and go Bears.
Go Bears.